Hello everybody, got another good news, bad news update. The bad news, we've had the test results back from the cat, Bailey, and the blood tests have confirmed hypothyroidism, which we pretty much were expecting. And that's not so bad because that's fairly easy to manage with medication. The ultrasound has shown a cyst on the liver. And we haven't had a chance to speak to the vet yet about whether that's malignant or benign. So that could be quite concerning. We'll just have to wait and see. The good news, beer for today. As you might imagine by now, which would King Goblin. I'm not going to dwell on this. Basically, this is what strong dark beer should be like. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, good news. This time last week I think I was ranting about the Royal Mail or Her Majesty's Customs, one or the other of whom I suspected had nicked my parcel from Knifetex. I got a message from Knifetex last night saying there'd been an update. So I had a look on the USPS and I had a look on Royal Mail. And the last thing we'd heard, according to USPS, was that it had left Heathrow Airport on the 2nd of October. There's an update now saying that it had left London on the 14th, Wednesday. So I had a look on Royal Mail and it was on its way to the local, well not the local, it was on the way to the nearest mail centre. So what happens is there's a number of regional hubs, I don't know how many. So from London it would come to a Manchester depot first and then from there to the local delivery office. And when I was getting ready for work this morning, Friday, I had a look and it had arrived at the local delivery office. So I thought, oh, might be delivered today. But it wasn't delivered today. What was delivered was one of those grey cards saying there's a fee to pay. So I had to pay a customs fee. Delivery now will be on Monday, so that's very exciting. Finally going to get the gift package that Amos has sent, so I'm really looking forward to that. Might seem a bit odd that I was pleased to get a Royal Mail card saying I've got to pay a customs fee, but for a good 10 days I thought the parcel had been nicked. So compared to that position, this is really positive. And I know some people have objections to import duties. Sometimes any import duties on principle. Some people may agree with them in principle but think they're too much. Some people might have an issue with the Royal Mail adding their handling fees and charges. But they're all questions for a different discussion. What's happened so far is what's supposed to happen according to the rules, whether you like them or you don't. So, the main thing is I'm getting my parcel on Monday. Whee! So what we're going to look at today then, given that I did think for a little while that I might be doing an unboxing of the knives that Amos has sent to me. Well, what we'll have a look at is from the recent unboxing of the knives I bought from a Portuguese retailer. We'll have a look at the wooden handled one, the man knife. The stag handled one is already on its way to America, because my good mate Chad, the fat man, asked me if I wanted to trade it, and he seemed to be quite keen on that, and he was under no illusions about the flaws that I pointed out in the unboxing, and it was clear to me that Chad would enjoy the knife much more than I would, so it made sense to do a trade. So I've sent it off. He's stuck in the middle of nowhere at the moment because it's hunting season, so whether he gets it this weekend or next weekend I really don't know. But that leaves me with the wooden mam knife, and if you join me at the desktop, we'll have a look at that now. Okay, so the mam knives usually come in a simple cardboard box like this one, with a picture of the knife open on the front and closed on the back, although we've got labels obscuring the back design there. As you'll see, this isn't the same knife. This is just for illustration, because I bought the two knives together, this one and the stag handle one, and this was tucked into the box with the stag handle one. So it didn't come in its own box. So what have we got? We've got a simple, traditional single blade knife. It cost me €10, which is about £7.50, or about $11.40. And to ship this and another pocket knife from Portugal to the UK cost €6, £4.50. About $6.80, so not an expensive deal at all, even if you only buy a single one and you add the shipping and the purchase price together. You're only looking at just over $18, or about £12, so I think a bargain. I've got another couple of mam knives and we'll stack them all up, or line them all up shortly, just for comparison. But we'll just look at some of the detail on this first. So we've got a solid wood handle, I believe to be beech, a single clip point blade, stainless steel. We've got a brush finish there, and under the logo where it says mam, it says Inox Portugal. Now let's see if we can get, that's not very good, is it? Get a little bit of light on that. There. Right. If you've just seen a clumsy edit, it's because I've tried to show you a close-up of the blade stamp and it wasn't very good. So, stainless steel, but they don't say what stainless steel it is. It's quite thin, it's barely 2mm I think. Just have a look. In fact, it's probably 1.5. It's quite a good sized knife. We've got a blade length of 85mm, tip to handle, which is about 3¼ inches. The handle length about 4 inches, 100mm. So the standard size comparison, Victorinox Spartan copy. As you can see, it is a bigger knife, and being a thin blade, it's a good slicer. Fit and finish is very good. Bear in mind this cost $11.40, about £7.50. The machining's all nice and crisp and smooth. The collar's fitted well. The edge was sharp, not the best edge in the world, but it came sharp enough. And we've got a nice mechanism with the liner lock there. There's a little bit of blade play. There's none side to side, really. But there is a little bit of rocking up and down where the liner bar doesn't press firmly against the tang. But it's not a problem, it's only a light use knife. I mean, if you were out in the woods and you found a fallen tree with a big streak of fatwood through it, you'd be alright digging the fatwood out with your zero tolerance, but not with something like this. This is just a slicer. As I say, it came with a good edge, but I've still stropped it a bit anyway, because, well, you do, don't you, really? You get a new knife. So this is just clothing catalogue paper. That's a lovely cutter. As I say, I've got 3 of these now, as well as the Sportive. We've got the Iberica Grand, which is slightly bigger, but with a more gentle clip point. And we've got the Operario, which has a spear point, and that's slightly smaller than the Iberica Grand. There's a small version of this middle one, but that's the larger one. So as you can see, there's a very definite family resemblance there. Struggling a bit with glare on the blades. Ooh. But you may be able to, that's not too bad. You may be able to get a better idea when we have a look at some stills at the end of the video. So there's not a great deal to say about this knife. It's very simple, it's very well made, and it only costs buttons. Picking up on what I was saying in a previous video about budget blades being not necessarily cheap compared to what any particular individual can afford, but cheap compared to the other knives that are available from other manufacturers. And if you consider that this is probably at least the size of an Opinel number 8, what would you pay for that now? £10 perhaps? Whereas this is only £7.50, and it's good quality, and it's a nice design, and it's something a bit different because it's not an Opinel, it's from Portugal. So, as you can see, this is a brand I like. Oh, another thing to mention, being a wooden handle and a very thin blade, they don't weigh a great deal either. So in grams, including the leather thong, it's 32.2 grams, which in English, 1.13 of an ounce. So you're getting a biggish blade for slightly over an ounce in weight, and just for comparison, this Spartan copy is 2.7 ounces. So there is a big difference if you don't like having stuff weighing it down in your pockets. And just out of curiosity, the smaller of the 3 weighs pretty much the same, but it's got a thicker blade, I think. So there we have the Sportive folding pocket knife from Mam in Portugal. Doesn't cost much at all, and I think it's a cracker. So I'll show you some close-ups, see what you think, and thanks for watching.
Thank you.